Hello, welcome to Kevlar's Quest, the Morning Life podcast. I'm Kevin Ejezi. Today's quest is Earth isn't easy, but maybe that's the point. Earth isn't easy, but maybe that's the point. Today's quest is a reflection on life and the way we probably should view it. Imagine being locked up in prison. Would you expect it to be comfortable, safe, or fair? Probably not. You will expect it to be tough. You will expect to deal with things like fear, pain, and maybe even cruelty. That's just how prison works. And here's the thing. Life isn't much different from prison. Life doesn't owe us comfort or fairness. That's how it's set up. And the sooner we accept that, the clearer things become. Now, let's take let's take this idea of life being about like a prison. Let's take it a step further. What if the whole world was like one big prison? Who do you think would be in charge? Is it the kindest or the honest people, the most honest people, or the ones who are loud, aggressive, and controlling? In real prisons, it's often the bullies who run the show. And maybe that's true out here too in the world and on earth. Maybe the world is ruled by the strongest, not the wisest. History seems to back that up. Wars, fear, corruption is everywhere. Sure, sometimes we get lucky. A good leader shows up, someone with real wisdom and heart, and a good heart. And we celebrate them. But it doesn't last forever. The next generation often repeats the same mistakes. So maybe it's better to expect the worst from those in power and be pleasantly surprised when they do good, rather than expect goodness and be crushed when they don't deliver. Now think about what makes a prison a prison. It's not just the walls, it's the lack of freedom. Look around. People are angry, scared, jealous, addicted, confused. These are all signs of suffering. And who would choose to suffer if they were truly free? So maybe most people aren't free, not in their minds, not in their hearts. They are trapped by their habits, their pain, their past. Some people live in tight cells, deep suffering, no space to breathe. Others have a bit more room. Maybe they are in a minimum security kind of life. But no one's completely free. And why is that? Well, how do people end up in prison? Usually because of something they did. So maybe we are all here because of something we did too. Maybe none of us are totally innocent. Not our leaders, not our parents, not even us. That's a very hard idea to accept, but it might explain why the world works the way it does. Maybe we are all here to learn something. Maybe this is a place where we save time, not as punishment, but as a chance to grow. For some, life feels like hell. For others, it's more like purgatory, a place to reflect, to change, to heal. Same place, different mindset. And that brings us to karma. A lot of people think karma means past lives and reincarnation. But you don't need to believe in that to understand karma. Karma is just the idea that your past shapes your present. Everything you've thought, felt, and done has led you to this moment. You've lived many versions of yourself already, and those versions build the life you are living now. The problem is, we forget. We forget who we were, what we did, how we got here. We don't remember our past selves. Most of us can't even remember what we were thinking an hour ago. So we walk around confused, thinking life is unfair, not realizing we helped build the walls around us. So is there a way out? Maybe. If there is, it starts with remembering not just facts, but feelings, patterns, choices. If we study the chain of events that brought us here, if we use our free will wisely, maybe we can change. Maybe we can grow. Maybe we can earn our release, not from the world, but from the prison inside ourselves. And that's the hope. That's the work. That's the way forward. Okay, that's our quest for today. Please subscribe, like, and share. Someone out there needs to hear this message, maybe someone like you. Let's spread strength and clarity to those navigating this journey. We'll talk more in future episodes. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening and take care.